Hello everyone! If you just finished watching the knitting podcast, welcome to the Flosstube podcast. If you are just here for Flosstube, welcome anyway. Well, not welcome anyway. Welcome! Welcome. You weren't here before, now you're here. It's all good. I am apparently completely disorganized today. Well, I'm going to flip over my show notes to the opposing side. Apparently I turned into Julia Child, where I will find out what I'm talking about today. So, I have no finished objects. None. I tend not to have finished objects. I am as bad as the Start Queen. But I have gotten a fair amount of work done, so let's run through that, shall we? The Gypsy Queen, aka Stevie, my Stevie, has gotten a fair bit of work on her, and I finally, as of last night, finished the top half. The top 2 pages done. So I will show you thusly. Look at her! Isn't she gorgeous? Everything that's blank now needs a bead. That's insane. I'm starting to get into the orange and the dress portion. So excited. She is on 28 count gingerbread colored Picture This Plus Lugana. There's a little taggy thing by Picture This Plus, which I'm loving working on. I think the next Mira I do, I'm going to order some for it. I'm going to have to order the Caron water lilies anyway, so I may as well. The other thing I started because I'm fucking crazy. Sorry. The other thing I started because I'm really crazy. How's that? And it took me, I would say, the better part of an evening, like from after supper, so maybe 6-ish, 7-ish, to about midnight-ish, to get a quarter of this huge, massive thing. I only gridded a quarter because I was like, I need to know where to start. I will grid the first quarter, and then I will grid the second quarter, and then I will I will grid as I go, because people have said that's the way to go. So I gridded the first quarter. It is huge. It's a huge piece of Aida. It's massive. It's the biggest piece you can get at Joann's or Michael's, and it just happened to be the right size. This is the Pokemon Generation 1 cross stitch that you can get on Sprite Board, I believe. It's a fan art thing. It's got all 51 Pokemon from bottom to top. I'm starting at the top. And it's for my husband. I told him he's going to get it on our 30th wedding anniversary with how fast I'm going. Although I did get the entire first column except for this little bit here, because I have all 105 colors except for 2. I'm missing 2. Yeah, they're right at the beginning. So, I'm not sure if you're into Pokemon, but this top one here is the start of the Zapdos. This one here is a Flareon, or as I call her, Fire Eevee, and this one here is a Pinsir. So this is, I've nicknamed them all. I will be nicknaming all of the 152 characters. So this is Exploding Bird, or Splody Bird, Fire Eevee, and Pinchy. They're actually not too bad to do. I am attempting, I'm not sure if you can tell, but I am attempting parking. Even better than I was with Harumph, which was kind of like a cross between real parking and not real parking. This, I'm trying to do a true park, and I'm going to do the column and over until I finish a page, and then I'll decide if I want to go down or up. I think I'll probably go across on the top and then go down and do that. It's done in 100% DMC. There are no half stitches or quarter stitches or back stitching, which makes life much easier. But it's insane. It's insane. I'm doing it on 18 count Aida, just a general Aida. It is full of the starch. I contemplated washing it, but I didn't want to have to wait for it to dry. So Look forward to seeing this for the next 2 to 4 years. And the last of my craziness came. And there's no way I paid as much as it says on the actual tags. I think I paid $5. I didn't pay 19. I got Fairy Treasures. And you can change the little box. You can have it say love, joy, or peace. I'll probably have it say love, and I will not do it on a yellow background. I do not like the yellow background in that. And the Shimmering Mermaid. And she just released another mermaid. I'm like, you are evil. I need all the bewitching pixies, and I need the mermaids, and I'm tapped. I can't justify this. Maybe on my birthday. Maybe on my birthday I'll go crazy again. Shimmering Mermaid is Beautimous. So, because Tracy did it, let's see here. This is the stack. This one's probably going to be next because I bought the bead pack. And that is actually a Nora Corbett. And it's the Sunrise Laguna Mermaid. Everything else is a Mira. Everything else is a Mira. How many mermaids do I have? I made sure to get a bunch of friggin' mermaids. Okay, so let's just do this for fun, shall we? Fairy. Shall we count the Nora Corbett? Let's count the Nora Corbett. It is a mermaid. Fairy. Mermaid. Summer. I haven't gotten autumn yet. Winter. Spring. Nouveau. My Lady's Garden. Lily of the Woods. Seriously? I only have 2 mermaids? I wanted all the mermaids. How did I only get, like, 2? A Midsummer Night's Fairy. I'm gonna have to fix this. Mermaid Undine. There we go. We're getting some. Mermaid of Atlantis. And Waiting for Ships. She is gorgeous. Oh, that's nice. This one has no... This one has just Krennic, and Mill Hill, and DMC. Alrighty. So I have 2, 4, 5 mermaids. And a crap ton of fairies. Fairies and randoms. Fairies and randoms. And then 3 out of 4 of the seasons. Clearly need to finish the seasons and get way more mermaids because that is a very piss poor showing for someone who wants all the mermaids, I'm thinking. But still, okay, I got my first one at Christmas. It's April. I haven't finished it yet, and apparently I believe that I'm going to be able to do this in my lifetime. Apparently. That is everything I had to show you today. Like, I really didn't have much by way of stuff. I did check, and my Stitching Bits and Bobs order should be shipping on Monday. It says now that they're processing it to ship because they were waiting for an out of stock thing. That's the other thing I went crazy on. I went crazy on Lena Lawson, and I really want to do them all, so, oh god. We should have a stash down. The Knit Girls do one in knitting. I'm not sure if I have any knitting people, but we should do a friggin'... Let's do a stash dash. How's that? Would people be interested in doing a stash dash? Where we, like... what is it, a 5K? Originally it was a 5K. So if we did 5K worth of stitches in a time frame, we would have completed the stash dash. And we could have a time frame. Theirs is when school is out because that's when Laura goes crazy. So, I don't know. Do you want to do... Would you like to do a stash dash where we measure all the stitches we do and maybe I'll drum up some prizes or something? Would people be interested? Comment. Tell me. Alrighty. I promised that I would do a video on how to start a cross stitch. I have cross stitch picked. I'm going to do that separately and it will be ready shortly hereafter. that is all my stitching for the week. I'm sorry it's such a short episode. Hopefully next week I have more to show you, but I was just so pumped that I got this far on Stevie. So pumped. I'm hoping I can show you like way more work done on her in the next little bit. And so yeah. Peace. See you next week.